Welcome back to Winter Day 15 and 16 of the Stardew Valley Min-Max and 100% Perfection Guide. Today, we will be doing some fishing to catch the unique winter fish, including the legendary Glacierfish. After that, we will head over to Ginger Island to select a new key challenge, then finish the day at the Winter Night Market Festival. The following day, we will spend some time grinding and gathering resources, then finish the day once again at the night market. Let's get started with Winter Day 15, which is a good humor luck day. I'm going to skip over organizing my stuff, then grab a void essence and purple mushroom for the wizard. Today is not his birthday, but we can still give him some gifts because we will be heading down to this area anyway, the southern cindersap forest, to catch the glacierfish and some other fish. We arrive at the wizard tower and we'll first give him the void essence, which does fulfill the journal quest for him, and then we also have the purple mushroom, which is a loved gift. After that, we can head over to the fishing spot where we'll be able to catch the glacierfish. It can only be caught in a very specific location. On the way, we will dig up some artifact spots. We get a prehistoric hand axe, and we'll head over to the fishing spot and skip over waiting here until we get a fish that we want. And the first fish that we do get is going to be the legendary glacierfish. So that's nice that we got it pretty quick. I only caught a pike and a green algae, it looks like, while waiting, but we will have a pretty difficult battle here with the glacierfish. It is the second hardest fish to catch behind the legend fish, of course. So it is moving pretty erratically, but with the trap bobber, it's not too bad because the fishing bar level goes down a whole lot slower when we aren't reeling it in. And as you can see, we just get it right there. Not too bad at all, especially with our fishing level 10, then +1 with the master enchantment on our rod, which will put us at fishing level 11. So we're still fishing here. What we want to go for is a perch and the lingcod. Those are the two fish that are only able to be caught in winter here that we don't have yet. And it does look like this one's a lingcod right here. The lingcods are pretty tough to catch, one of the hardest regular fish to catch, but we do manage to get it. So now we just need a perch, which is a very common fish and a very easy to catch fish. But it looks like we actually are getting another lingcod here, and lingcods are supposedly supposed to be a little bit more rare, but we've already gotten 2 of them. We've already gotten 2 tiger trouts as well, and no perch yet, so we'll go ahead and keep fishing until we get one. We do have a bubble spot that spawned over there, so let's go ahead and move on over to the bubbles. And the bubbles are in a slightly weird location, but something that I don't think I've ever mentioned is while you're casting the rod, if you hold left or right, you can actually aim it a little bit to the left or the right, like we did there. We aimed it to the left to be able to reach the bubbles at full cast, and there it is. There's the perch. We don't need to catch any more fish here, so we'll be on our way. We will be heading back to the farm, but there are a few artifact spots here that we can dig up. We still need a couple more artifacts. It looks like these aren't the ones, but we do need that for perfection, so we'll still be going for the artifact spot to try to get those last few artifacts. And then we are going to be passing through the town to pick up the quest on the board right here. It is a pike for Emily, so we do actually have a pike that we just caught, so maybe we will end up actually giving her that. We are going to return back to the farm here to drop off all of the stuff we gathered, and we'll craft a new chest for fish items since we are pretty full on our other 2 chests for fish. The top blue chest was already filled with just fish, and then we'll do the middle chest here for just fish as well, and we'll take out all of the crab pot and forageable stuff. So this chest will have beach forageables, and then crab pot items, and also trash that we can put in the recycling machine. And speaking of the recycling machine, driftwood is something you can put in the recycling machine, but it is much better to put driftwood in the wood chipper, which you'll see right there. You can put it in there, and I think you'll get more wood than you would from putting it in the recycling machine. we will skip over cycling some other machinery and start harvesting the coffee beans from the greenhouse. We also have some strawberries and some ancient fruit ready, so we'll go ahead and harvest all of those. The star fruit in the top left are still waiting to be harvested because I'd like to replace them with ancient fruit seeds, so we will be able to get some more ancient fruit seeds now from cycling the seed makers. And the next thing, I'm going to grab the ingredients for seafoam pudding, which needs a squid ink, midnight carp, and a flounder. After finally finding that flounder right there, I'm going to head up to the kitchen, craft myself a seafoam pudding, which is the best fishing buff food. It gives +4 fishing level, which is very nice and makes a very noticeable difference as well. So we'll definitely want to use that when we go to the night market festival and the deep sea fishing tour, which we will do at the end of the day. We do have a special orders board quest available, so we'll go ahead and select that. I will select the prismatic jelly one. The island ingredients one is going to be a lot more difficult to complete. We do need 100 ginger, and it is RNG dependent on whether or not the diggable gingers will spawn on the island or not. And the solar panel recipe is nice. The solar panels do give us a slow rate of producing batteries, but I'd rather get the monster musk recipe from the prismatic slime quest, because the monster musk, if we use it, we will get a whole lot more enemy spawns on any given floor in the mines or Skull Cavern, and will allow us to farm monsters a lot quicker and get a lot more loot from them if we're going for the loot. We arrive at Key's Golden Walnut Room, and we'll pick Skull Cavern Invasion again, which awards 40 key gems, as opposed to the Extended Family quests, 20 key gems. So, of course, we want to pick the one with more key gems, but also the Skull Cavern Invasion will upgrade Skull Cavern for us again, and allow us to get more radioactive ore, and grind a bunch of resources while we're there. And if we picked the other one, we would just be catching some fish, which there's really no use in catching the fish just for 20 key gems. I'd much rather grind a day at Skull Cavern for the Skull Cavern Invasion quest. We take the boat back to the beach because the night market festival is occurring at the beach. It doesn't really start until after 5 p.m., but some of the NPCs have already arrived, including Emily, so we can give her a wool, which is a loved gift. Hopefully I will remember to give her that pike too for the quest later, so we'll see if I remember that. We will go ahead and check if there are any forgeables around this coral reef right here, but it does look like there are not any. I did, of course, look up what NPCs will be attending the night market today, so I do have gifts for all of them. A hot pepper for Shane, a pumpkin for Abigail. Both of them are loved gifts, of course. And then it looks like we have Penny coming in, so we do have a emerald for her, which is a loved gift, and then the fairy rose for Jazz. I do think this is the best timing I could have had. Everybody's arriving here at once rather than having to hunt them all down in the night market, although that wouldn't be difficult either. The night market I do think is a really good time to give people gifts because there's a bunch of people all at once here, so you don't have to go hunting them down all over to give them gifts. We will go ahead and buy this painting, although I am short of 300G. It's just really for completion. I want to buy the paintings here since we aren't really worried about money, so why not? We should go for it. And then we'll do one of the not so exciting things and attend the Mermaid Show here, where all we will get from it is a pearl. So we have to sacrifice about an hour of our time. We do have a secret note here. It looks like it is secret note number 15, and that is the order. We will click on the clams in order to get the pearl reward, but the real cost is sitting through this Mermaid Show, which I will speed up to 4 times speed here, but as you can see, it takes a really long time to sit through. And honestly, in that hour spent at like Skull Cavern or something, we probably could have made more money's worth than a pearl, so this probably wasn't a good idea to do. It took almost an hour and a half, but now we can go ahead and input that sequence to get just a mere pearl worth 2,500 G. Not very exciting, but that's okay. All of the NPCs have arrived here now for sure, so let's go ahead and give this iridium quality goat cheese to Leia, who we don't have very much friendship points with her. She does comment on the painting there, but we bought it so it's not there anymore, so she's really just complimenting a blank canvas, but that's okay, she can do her. We will give a gift to both Harvey and Clint. Then we do remember to give Emily that pike for the bulletin board quest, and then we probably will head on over to the deep sea fishing tour now. We can first take a look at this shop vendor right here. This guy right here just sells some decorative items. The one that is a little more important is the one in the top right, the traveling merchant. He does sell garlic seeds right now, but unfortunately I forget to pick them up. That's okay. We do have the desert trader right here who gives us a free cup of coffee. And in fact, if we did go to the desert right now, we would notice that he is missing, and he is here at the night market instead. We go ahead and pay for the deep sea fishing tour, and this is mainly just to get the 3 unique fish from it, the blobfish, the spookfish, and the midnight squid. But all these fish also sell for a pretty good amount of G, although our time is definitely spent better in Skull Cavern to get maximum profit, but we do need to do this for perfection. It does take a hot minute for the submarine to reach all the way to the ocean floor and for the doors to open here, but just as they open we do max cast into the pond here, and the submarine fishing here is pretty nice. The music is very calm and it's a very peaceful time, so I do definitely recommend trying this out. Even if fishing really isn't your thing in Stardew Valley, it is a nice time. But anyway, we are going for this fish right here, which I do think is a blobfish. The blobfish are a little bit tougher to catch, and you'll notice we only get a silver quality one, even with the perfect spot in the center right there. The best we can do is get silver quality since it is still pretty close to the edge. The further away your bobber is from any land edge, the better quality it will be, and we can usually get the base quality of gold at best, but we can unfortunately only get silver quality here. If we do use a quality bobber, however, we would be able to get gold star base quality, and then with a perfect catch, get the iridium quality, but we really don't need that too much. I do think that the quality bobber is a little bit worse than using the curiosity lure here. The curiosity lure will allow us to get the rarer fish a lot more frequently. I am using a dressed spinner at the moment just to get increased bite rates, but hopefully I will decide to switch to the curiosity lure to get better chances at things. And we do get a pearl, which is quite lucky. But you will notice we are getting a whole lot of seaweeds, and you can see from the table right here, this is the rate breakdown of all the fish we can catch here without using a curiosity lure. There's only a 10% chance of a blobfish. The spookfish and midnight squid are a little bit more common, and we could also have a small chance at a sea cucumber, super cucumber octopus, although those we can normally catch in the ocean too, and then only a 0.4% chance at the pearl. And then taking up the majority of the chance is the seaweed there, but at least we don't have to go through the fishing minigame for the seaweed since it is considered a trash. Now let's go ahead and put the table with the rate breakdowns with using a curiosity lure this time. We'll have them side by side here and we can compare the differences, and we'll first notice that the blobfish is doubled chance with a 20% chance. The spookfish is increased as well, but the midnight squid is not considered a rare fish, so its chance is not increased. Then the sea cucumber, the same thing. Super cucumber is considered rare, so that's increased. I guess apparently octopus is not considered rare, so that is actually decreased. And then the pearl is a rare drop, so it is increased. And then the seaweed is decreased, which is very nice. It goes from 41% to only 30%, so that's a big help right there. And one thing to note is technically the chances of these common fish are not actually decreased. The rare fish are just actually at a higher rate, which is taking up more of the percentage breakdowns of the table here. So effectively, if we look at it as a whole, the chances are ultimately decreased. but unfortunately we are using a dressed spinner right here for increased bite rate rather than the curiosity lure. But after looking at this table, I definitely recommend using the curiosity lure here. Another strategy could be using the quality bobber for increased quality, but that is only if you want to sell the fish. And I think the increased chance at getting the rare fish might actually end up being better profit-wise if you're going for that anyway. Also, something that could be good here is using wild bait, which is a recipe from Linus. And using the wild bait gives a 20% chance at catching double fish. So for every fish, there is a 1 out of 5 chance we will get 2 instead of 1. And another mistake that I think I made is I forgot to eat the seafoam pudding. Although I might be saving it for another deep sea fishing trip, since we still have 2 more days where we can take the deep sea fishing trip. And since today spent a lot of time at the Mermaid Show, we might be saving it for then. Anyway, we are on the last catch. We're able to reel in one last pearl, and then we pass out here in the middle of the ocean, very deep down in the ocean. So that is a bit of a concerning place to pass out if you ask me, but that's okay. We'll just wake up back at the farm as usual and move on to winter day 16. We will be starting off the day as normal by putting stuff away in our inventory space and cycling things at the same time. We'll also harvest the greenhouse and pet the animals and all that good stuff, but I will skip over it until we have some ancient seeds from the seed makers, and then we'll go into the greenhouse and go ahead and plant those because we do want to get more ancient seeds going. So after that, I'll go ahead and skip over again until we are ready to go. We don't need too much to take with us, but I will check the mail, and apparently Marlin found us face down in the mud, which is a bit interesting considering we passed out on the submarine. So maybe the submarine tour guide must have just thrown us in the mud somewhere. Who knows what happened, but anyways, we're going to the regular mines actually to farm some resources and also farm some void spirits because we do need to slay 150 void spirits, and the shadow shamans and brutes both count for this, so we will be finding them on the last 40 floors of the regular mines here. We will spend most of the day here trying to slay as many of them as we can. We may or may not make it to 150. I'm not sure what my numbers are at right now, but we will try to slay as many as we can while still collecting some ores and other loot. We do get a secret note from this one right here. Let's go ahead and read it. To bring some maple syrup to the woods. So that is the secret note that will unlock us the bonus that multiplies the sell value of berries by 5 times, but they don't sell for much at all to begin with, and even with a 5 times bonus they still don't sell for very much, so this is not all that useful. We will go ahead and skip over grinding in the mines here, and unfortunately we don't slay enough void spirits for the goal just yet, but that's okay. We made some good progress. And we will now be returning to the farm as you can notice our inventory is extremely full right now, so we do need to go ahead and get that organized, which we will skip over. And then our trees here are ready, so we will go ahead and chop down all of these trees, then replant them with some tree fertilizer. We need to keep gathering as much wood as possible for making lots of more kegs with it. We are, unfortunately, running a bit low on tree fertilizer and the ingredients to craft more tree fertilizer, so we can only plant 20 more seeds. We do plant some mahogany seeds and some acorns, and then we will do some quick cycling of our machinery here, and then we can be on our way to the night market festival. You can notice it is already almost 9 p.m., so we probably won't be doing the fishing tour again today. We might save that for tomorrow if we decide to, although we don't really necessarily need to. We already got all of the unique fish from that, but we do give Vincent a loved grape, then we can give Mario a loved strawberry, Demetrius doesn't get any more gifts because we're at 10 hearts with him. Then we have a void egg for Sebastian. We'll go ahead and pick up our free cup of coffee. Not that a single cup of coffee here really makes a big difference. We are swimming in coffee practically. Anyways, we'll check out this shop real quick. Probably not get anything since it's just decorative stuff. Then have an eggplant for Caroline. It's only a liked gift. Then we have the sunflower for Haley, a loved gift, and a hot pepper for Mayor Lewis, which is a loved gift, and then the pink cake for Marnie, which is also a loved gift. Now, I was actually mistaken earlier in the video. The traveling cart right here sells its normal selection. It's just that on a Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are days that the traveling cart would normally not be in service, so we do get some extra chances if we want anything that it's selling right there. We will go ahead and pick up the famous painting from the painter just to have it. And then this shop right here is actually the one that will sell the seeds. And yesterday was when it sold spring seeds. Today it's selling summer seeds. And tomorrow it will be selling fall seeds. So we did unfortunately miss the opportunity to buy garlic seeds. But that's okay. Year 2 will come around, then we'll buy some garlic seeds to complete that Bombo Big Gourmand quest. The shop here also sells 2 rare crows that we can get duplicates of that would normally, before this was introduced, only be able to get 1 of those rare crows, so that's pretty nice. And then after that, we're done with the night market for today and we'll be on our way. We will be finishing the day at the regular mine, slaying void spirits again. But first, let's go ahead and pick up this bulletin board quest to slay 2 squid kids from the mines for the wizard. And that actually works out well because we will be giving the wizard a gift tomorrow for his birthday. So we can also complete this quest tonight and then get the reward for that quest, which mainly I don't really care about the money from it. I just care about the friendship points from it with the wizard. We've now arrived at the mines and we will continue slaying some void spirits using the strategy of just going from floor to floor on the elevator until we see any. I did go ahead and grab that diamond there because diamonds are always valuable. If I see any slimes, I'll also go ahead and slay the slimes because we will eventually need 1,000 slimes for the monster slayer goal for those. So while we are slaying void spirits, we'll go ahead and slay some slimes as well if we come across any. And continuing down, we're just using the elevator strategy, and I do see some slimes, so we'll go ahead and slay them. And there is a shadow brood down there, which is a void spirit, so let's go ahead and slay that. And we do complete the monster slayer goal for slaying 150 void spirits. The reward for this is the savage ring, which gives us a short speed boost whenever we slay a monster, so it might be useful. We might combine it with our hot Java ring, possibly, but I'll have to decide that a little bit later. We'll see. Anyways, I will spend the rest of the night here in the mines and pass out, which will bring us to the end of this day and the end of this video. Next time will be sort of a day focused around the wizard, as we have a special orders board quest to complete for him with finding the prismatic jelly, and we also have a bulletin board quest from him. And of course, tomorrow is also the wizard's birthday, so we should get a whole lot of friendship points from him all at once. Tomorrow our starfruit wine kegs and oak resin tappers will also be ready, so we will have to cycle those, of course. And finally, we will attend the last day of the night market festival. So the next day in video should have quite a bit of content, and if you are looking forward to future videos, please consider subscribing so you can be sure to see them when they come out. Also, feel free to leave a comment, perhaps let me know your thoughts on the night market festival and your favorite part of it, or what you find to be the most useful from it. I really enjoy the deep sea fishing trip, and I think the seed shop vendor can be pretty useful. As always, thank you for watching, and goodbye.